What's cooking, folks? Vermillion Phoenix here, and today I'm going to be playing some Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. Now, I'm not new to the game at all. I've played every Devil May Cry game that has been released so far, but my mouse is pretty much dying to the point where it won't work on multiple different types of services and only the lightest of mouse pads. So this is something good to put up. I've been playing a lot of this game and have wanted to put some videos up of it for a while, so let's get started. Now, I have finished most of the modes and haven't completed the game with Dante and Nero yet, but I don't really need to since I have everything unlocked that they get. So let's do some Lady and Trish on Legendary Dark Knight. I do need to finish Dante Must Die, but I'll probably get murdered. Actually, no. Yeah, let's do that instead. We're going to do DMD, and then after I'm done DMD, if I still feel like posting more videos... Whoops. I skipped that. I will probably put in some more the Legendary Dark Knight playthrough. Legendary Dark Knight is really crazy, not because of the difficulty per se. The difficulty is about the same as Son of Sparta, but there are a ton of enemies. Like, if you can't deal with crowds, that will kill you. I believe I have everything, which is why I'm still sitting on 243,000 Proud Souls. So I should have everything to use to get through this. Now, Mary is actually Lady's actually really straightforward. Oh, Dante's actually using the outfit change that I used. Okay. So we get to fight against Legendary Dark Knight Dante. Okay. This is the jump. Boom. Okay. So that'll happen every time that she gets hit with her fully charged shot. Mary's interesting because while she is essentially guns only for the most part, all of her guns behave very differently. So her handguns effectively work like Nero's Blue Rose. So they can fire on their own. Well, actually, no, that's not true. They are a mix of Nero's Blue Rose and Dante's Gunslinger, where they have a lot of the functions of Dante's Gunslinger, namely Trigger Happy and Twosome Time, and they still have the charge power of Nero's Blue Rose. They're not quite as strong as the Blue Rose, but while not being as strong, they do possess like a very quick charge relatively, and they interrupt. So they'll charge faster and they interrupt. With the explosion, pretty much allows them to pull off similar, if not more damage. And then they have all of the tricks that Dante's does, except for a rainstorm. There's no rainstorm. Okay. Oh, whoops. Meant to jump cancel that. That should have hit. There we go. As soon as Dante attempts to shoot me, there's pretty much a free opening to get a shot off on him, and I don't think there's really anything he can do about that. As well as if you manage to land a hook, you can just let the shot go. But if he manages to shoot your shots... Oh wow, on Dante Must Die he starts with all his weapons. That's interesting. So the handguns also are really weird in that... Ooh. And he blocked pretty much all of those except for the last shot. The handguns are weird in that they are the only gun that can have the ability to buffer their charged shot. But the buffer only works if you release it. Crap, couldn't get it out. The buffer only works if you can actually release the shot towards the end of the move. Ah, messed that up too. I could just push L1 and win. I don't know why I haven't. There we go. That was silly. So yeah, like I was saying, if you manage to buffer or release the attack towards the end of a move, it will hold the shot for about, I don't know, like half a second to a second, and actually let you pull off the charge shot. Any of our other charged attacks don't even have that ability. The shotgun will just cancel itself out if you don't actually pull off a shot, and the rocket has its own really weird mechanics. So, like what I was saying before, they have the ability to trigger now. So if I were to do this, I can let the shot go right at the end, and it'll happen like right after the animation's finished, like that. But if I'm directly in the middle of something, oh, that's one of the really great features about Mary. Her second jump is a very heavy interrupt, and can be used to basically just stomp things to death in certain situations. But yeah, like, the charge shot with the handguns is super versatile and should be used probably often against light to medium enemies. Heavy enemies, you'll probably want to use the shotgun for reasons that will be apparent later on. I'm using a PS2 controller for this, by the way. You know, that ancient relic. I'm sure most people are probably using DS3s and 4s, but I am not. So if you've ever seen Legendary Dark Knight, or you've played it, there's about maybe 20 enemies that spawn in this room at the same time. It's ridiculous. Like, that mode is not to be underestimated. So in some ways, it may be harder than Dante Must Die, and others not so much. Still have this? Yeah. One of the other unique things about Mary is that she does not have the ability to move around very well while she's in the battlefield. Your only real mobility is the double jump and your ability to enemy step. So if you are not doing either of those, she's really easy to hit, so you have to be careful. However, that's probably why her double jump causes so much stun. You can see there where enemies just get floored. And it gets you like a significant amount of style points. Like, the style bar never empties there. So if you were to find an enemy and just step on them repeatedly, you'll probably get a decent amount of damage out of it. Alright. So you can see her charge shot here Oh, is that enemy triggered already, or were they about to? I don't know. The charge shot will basically take out just about everything. And it causes those nice knockups, which basically keep you safe in a tough fight. And the explosion will hit enemies that are around you. So she has a lot of things to basically try to keep you from taking too much damage, but she is still vulnerable in the right situations, and so you need to be aware of that. And I definitely prefer to save her blast gauge for particularly annoying encounters. One of the hardest things for both Mary and Trish to deal with are, I can't even remember what they're called, the lightning dudes. The dudes that run around and basically the only thing they do is, oh, they triggered on me. Yep, not even a threat. The lightning dudes are super tough. I mean, they're normally like really aggressive, annoying enemies, but when you don't have any melee options or heavy things to deal with them after the fact, they become pretty tough customers. Oh, okay. Do I really want those orbs? I mean, for ranking, I guess. Oh, I did that wrong. Alright, screw 'em. See, do I even get a chance? I don't know what enemies spawn in Dante Must Die. I don't know if it's the same as Son of Sparta or not. I haven't played this particular difficulty a lot since I just recently unlocked it, which is why I haven't completed it with anyone yet, not just Trish and Mary, or Lady. I keep calling her Mary. I think that's an old habit from playing Devil May Cry. No, from watching Devil May Cry anime, I think. Alright. So, the thing about the bombs, the scatter that she does, if you do a short press, she will throw a small cluster right in front of her. If you hold it, she scatters them farther. So, it's something to remember. Helps you control the crowds. Doesn't do a ton of damage because they're more meant for, or at least in my opinion, they're meant more to disrupt your enemies than to actually cause damage. Your main damage dealers are always going to be your charge shots, and whoa, got hit. That did a good amount of damage too. The main damage dealers always going to be your charge shots, and the thing about the way the game treats, I think, max charge attacks is they always give you style, whereas anything else that you do repeatedly will not. So level 3 charge, pretty much anything is great. I guess this wouldn't be a bad time to show off the shotgun. I did not mean to shoot that guy, but the shotgun requires that you actually get off a shot before you pretty much can do any charges on it, which is annoying, but that's how it goes. Now, the shotgun requires a really long charge compared to the handgun, and you can't fire it, and since most of her attacks and crowd control come from that, that means that you're basically going to have to rely on pulling off her fireworks to keep things away until you can blast them away. So that's something that also I need to work on. You can step cancel her shotgun, which is like broke, and I think I'll probably get to do that to Burial. But if you can time the her double jump right as well, you also get a quick couple of successive blasts. There we go. Looks like right after the animation of her actually dealing with the knockback is when she gets to do something about it. Okay. And there we go. Okay, so bosses. Bosses with Mary, not too bad. Mainly because the shotgun is pretty ridiculous with stun. When you have a max charge, you always need to use max charges against boss stuff, unless you're really, really struggling. Oh wow, I actually got hit there. Probably should have. Well, let that charge up again. Alright, that worked out not too bad. So if you do this right, you pretty much don't have to worry about anything. That hit that I took was entirely unnecessary, and if I had actually paid attention, probably wouldn't have happened. So yeah, like level 3 shotgun and jumping on your enemies pretty much makes bosses Swiss cheese. And that's ridiculous. Orbs. Still got an S there though, that's cool. So that was the first 2 missions. I think I'm going to cut it there, and I'll probably pick up on another episode after a quick break. For anybody that tuned in, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, and as always, until next time, have a good one.